No clue what this stream's going to be about. I'm just bored and have nothing to do. I do have a knife going up for sale on eBay here pretty soon. Just going to set out some stuff and wait for people to show up. Because that is what we always do. Yo, what's up? We're doing a short stream today, probably about an hour, maybe less. What is going on here? Oh. As you can probably tell, I got bored. So that's what we're doing on Sundays when I'm bored. Video coming out on this thing here pretty soon. That video is about me cleaning this. It will be going up for sale on eBay for $40 plus shipping. In the video, I say 35, but after remembering that eBay takes a cut, I'm going for 40. Pretty good deal. Brand new. These things go for like 70 to 75, so, and it's in beautiful condition. The only problem is it doesn't come with a box. I will be selling more knives on eBay. I kind of need the money, so I can get a few other things for testing designs and stuff before I send them out to companies. Working on designs takes a significant amount of time. Quite a few of my designs take upwards of 30 hours. The most I've ever taken on one design was 90. And 90 hours for one design is a long time. Especially when the design fails miserably. But what do you do? Not everybody likes everything. So how's everybody's weekend going? I know we got a bunch of new people in here, so I'm feeling like crap. That's why my voice sounds the way it does. Honestly, it doesn't sound that much worse than usual. I just talking kind of hurts, so we'll see if I can go the full hour. It all depends. Doing all right. Got a couple new knives this week. I try not to spend a whole lot, but every once in a while you do. I spent 35 total. I don't have a whole lot of money right now, and 35 is a significant amount of the money I already had. And I'll show off those new knives here. The new knives that I got this week are these two that are on the table now. This is a Case Stockman from 2003 with bone scales. How you doing, Autumn? This really, really nice inlay right here. Beautiful. Love the shape of this blade right here. Yeah, I've got one of those on the table. I went to Walmart yesterday to look at because they just came out with Civivi now. And they've got a few nice knives there, and they're for decent prices too. I think that Like, there's a couple Civivis there that are like 20 bucks, and it's hard to get them for 20 bucks anywhere else. And as much as I don't like going to Walmart, those prices are just insane. It's really hard to beat them anywhere else. Yeah, this is knife number 1 that was new. Got it for 20 bucks, and it came with the box. Brand new, these go for about $70. So, great deal right there. And this is a CRKT Lake 111. Large. I've got the small version as well, but this one's new. New to me. Came with this pouch right here. If you look at my shorts recently, I posted a video on this one. It is 8CR13 MOV stainless with a lock and a lockback. Definitely an interesting design. Tip down only. Pretty comfortable overall though. I'd recommend it if you could find one that fits. They are kind of hard to find though. Decent knife overall. Next up, we are coming back to this thing. I carried this thing yesterday because I just finished my week with the MKM Isonzo. I had a great time carrying this thing. Carried this for a week. This is the Isonzo in M390 with titanium scales, a liner lock that the lockup isn't anywhere close to finished. I really appreciate that. Not all knife companies do that. Wire pocket clip, both sides tip up carry only, with a lanyard hole that is large enough to fit any lanyard you might want to put on there. It is on ball bearings, easy to flick open. Super comfortable knife for people with small to medium hands. If you get the other versions, they don't come with quite as large of a choil right here. You can't fit your finger in there very well without cutting yourself. So that's why I picked this one. I also got this one for about 60% off. Brand new, they go for $200. I got mine brand new from Blade HQ when they were on sale for $65. Definitely a good deal. I would recommend it if you can afford it, but there are nicer knives you can get for that price. We are going to move on to a knife that I carried for a little bit. Didn't quite enjoy it because of the blade shape. This is the Boker Kalashnikov. It's a decent knife overall. It's an automatic, push-button automatic. Only one side is sharpened, which honestly it would be hard to sharpen this side without getting yourself cut. Comes out with some serious force. I stuck a pen on the end of a table the other day, and I was bored, so I just opened it and smacked the pen with it, and the pen went flying, and I never found that pen. It was still hilarious to watch, though. Definitely a good knife if you can get it in the drop point blade shape. The drop point blade shape has a flat grind all the way across until it gets to a semi-scandy grind. Looks really nice. Highly recommend that thing for the price. D2 steel aluminum scales. Tip up carry only. Right side friendly only. You can open it left-handed, but it does not have the left pocket clip. That is the left-hand problem with this thing. Overall, great choice. Just the wrong blade shape for me. That's it for this one. Now, I can't stop shouting these guys out. They've treated me so well. They are the first company to send me anything. And this is the Gin Knives Vaquero with a VG10 core Damascus, oxbone scales, stainless liners, and it comes with a lanyard and a lanyard bead. It does not come with the pocket clip. I bought that separate. The pocket clips run you about $9 each. And I know that sounds like a lot. You're getting a solid titanium pocket clip just to hang anything off of that doesn't have a pocket clip but has a lanyard hole. One of the other knives I carry that uses that is this one. I just stuck it on a shoelace, and honestly, it's worked better than I expected. I really enjoy this thing. I wanted to carry this thing a lot more, but what ended up happening was it would fall down to the deep end of my pocket, under my wallet and everything else, and I couldn't reach it easily to fidget with it, because this is just a fidgety knife overall. Especially with how easy it is to open and close and the multiple sounds that it makes. So I bought a set of 3 of these for $16 and put one on this, put one on this, and then I put one on my case LSSP. Yeah, LSSP. And this one hasn't worked out quite as well. It won't work out for all of your knives, but it does work out for quite a few of them. If it is a thinner knife, it'll work better. This is a little bit thicker, sitting at almost a 1/2 inch thick. Overall, a great knife though. I do wish that there was little cutouts right here in the synthetic to where this would sit more flat, but they didn't do that, and that's all right. I might do that later on, but I kind of like the knife the way it is. I can't remember when this one was from, and I'm sure somebody will tell me this was like the 3rd year or 2nd year that they were made. Overall, a great knife though. I did enjoy it, and I carried that on my left side for a while as well. I do need to carry this one more. This is a Spyderco Para 3. I didn't know this. Everybody calls it the Para 3, but that's its name. It's not a paramilitary 3, it's just Para 3. Didn't know that until I looked it up the other day because I got corrected. Mine has a weak detent. You have to hit it just right. It's a great choice if you can afford it. I would highly recommend trying to get it elsewhere, not brand new. They are quite pricey, sitting at around almost $200. If you can afford a Hawk Deadlock, go for it. If you can find one, they are pretty pricey. I think they sit at around $700 to $2,000. If you can afford a knife like that, go for it though. It's all up to you. I've got a Hawk and CRKT collab dog, and you can tell that it's a Hawk design just by the way it looks. They're just really unique on stuff like that. But yeah, if you can afford a Hawk Deadlock, you might as well go for it. It's not a bad knife. You might feel bad using it, but it's a good knife. Now, let's see here. Yes, I clean my knives quite often. I care about how they look. They look good in Instagram pictures, and I tend to keep them that way. I don't particularly like polished knives, but they do look really nice when you clean them off, and stuff comes off of them a lot easier than anything with a coating. Now, what is that line? Anyway, great knife. Wish it had a pocket clip from factory. They are working on that. On further iterations, it should be reverse flickable to most people. It's hard to do it. You have to fit your finger in just right to do it, but it does work. Let's see here. What else do I have on the table? I can grab any of my knives that anybody wants to see. If you are curious about if I have any, feel free to ask. My collection is sitting at 100 something. How you doing, Lexi? 100 something, like 140 knives or something. A lot of them are budget knives. A few of them are more expensive. I can't afford a whole lot of expensive ones. I am doing all right. Wish my voice didn't sound like it does, but what do you do? I've got one Swiss Army knife, and it is the second largest one you can get. Back when this one was bought, it was the largest one you can get. This is the Victorinox Swiss Champ. Sitting at like 23 tools on this thing. It's ridiculous. Now, what a lot of people don't know about these things is if you open the corkscrew, it has a little pin right here. Really, really small. And it fits in a tiny hole right here. Easy to lose. But a lot of them, the original owners don't know that they have it. And it just sits there. So most of the time they aren't gone. People just don't know they're there. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be for popping blisters or something, but I don't suggest doing that. I have a Leatherman rebar and a Leatherman Wave Plus. I got the rebar for 30 bucks and I regret buying it. I got the Wave Plus for 30 bucks and I don't regret that one. I don't have them anywhere near the table right now. They are upstairs and it's going to take a bit to find them. I can't afford to get myself with a butterfly knife. I play with trainers every once in a while, and every once in a while I get to play with a high-end Balisong. Nope, Benchmades are out of my price range. I've found that the bug out is overpriced, and it's probably one of their cheaper models, so it's not really worth it to me. If it was like 80, I'd say that's more respectable, but you can just get this thing for 10 instead. Not that they're a bad brand. You do get, I think you get free sharpenings for the knives that you buy from them, which is cool. It's just, I don't think that buying a $200 or $300 knife is worth it just to get free sharpenings when I can sharpen stuff myself. I have a few Kershaws. I have a ZT as well. The ZT needs help. This one's going up for sale for $200. It has problems, just as a preface. I had a fake Kershaw blur that I bought from a pawn shop a while back. After I figured out it was fake, I brought it back and they gave me my money back. I don't regret that. It was worth learning. I now know that the fake Kershaw blurs have a weak spring compared to how they should have it. If it doesn't almost launch out of your hand the first time you open it, then it's probably not real. We're going to go ahead and stick some Kershaws on the table to make them fit. I do not have a Microtech. I find that Microtech knives are, what is it? Their quality control is great, but Microtechs have extremely tight tolerances, and if you get any dust or lint in there, then it won't open. And I've met plenty of people with the same problem. It's just a quirk about those things, so don't buy them if you wear jeans, I guess. I enjoy buck knives. I don't have many of them, but the ones I do have are nice. I have a Buck 110, a buck 722 right here. Microtechs are good quality. Oh no, the blur was fake. I ordered new parts for it. I ordered a new spring. The spring came in. It didn't fit. And they never changed the spring on that thing, which is the only reason I know it's fake. The weight was right on where it should have been. They're just getting really good with that stuff. Microtech has great quality. It's just that things fit together too tightly for it to work out. And then eventually when a piece of lint or something gets stuck inside of it, you can't open it and then you have to take it apart. And I've had plenty of people talk to me where when they have that problem, they have it about once every 3 weeks and they either take it apart or send it in. And shipping gets expensive when you send it in over and over. I do not have a mini jungle. I don't know what that is. So who makes it? And how you doing, Max? Let's continue getting some more Kershaws on the table. Now, I bet a lot of you don't know this, but Kershaw makes traditional knives too. These are really nice knives for the price. This one was $21 for D2 on 3 blades. Great choice on this thing with the red bone. It looks absolutely beautiful. It says Kershaw right there. Great knife. I do recommend these things if you're looking for a traditional. Kershaw does a great job with those. I have a ridiculous amount of Kershaws. They're all in boxes everywhere, and I could probably get them out. But yeah, this is a Kershaw. This is a Kershaw. Every knife I stick on the table for a little bit is just going to be Kershaw's because somebody asked if I like Kershaw. So we'll show how much I do. I do appreciate Kershaw and Smoky Mountain Knife Works for coming out with something that reminds me of my childhood. This is the Lightyear Neon. $13.95 Neon. It came out because it was called the Lightyear, so somebody decided, hey, let's make it look like Buzz Lightyear's suit or whatever. And for 20 bucks, it's just hard to say no for something like that. That reminds you of your childhood, so I got it. Let's see here. I think that's all the Kershaws in this box. Off to the next box. Oh boy. I'm just going to pull out one of every one that I've got. Because I've got multiples of multiples, so. This one is a Kershaw Highball XL. It's a great knife. I got it from a pawn shop for like 25 bucks. Brand new, they're like 50 or something. Look it up on Blade HQ. It's the Kershaw Highball XL. Highball XL. Kershaw Leak. Chive. Iridium. I think I've got more than that still. Like, I've got 3 of these, and I've got 3 of these. I'm just showing one of each. Any other Kershaws in here? Oh, yep. One more. I do not have that now. This is a Kershaw promo knife. They made this into a real knife. This one's just the promo version of it, though. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I don't have a whole lot of knives from, I think I've got one knife from Africa, and that's all. So, no point in deleting the messages. I don't mind if people see those. If you're asking questions, feel free to ask any questions about any of the knives that I have on the table. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. If you have any blade steel questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to answer those as well. So we're going to start putting the Kershaws away. There's a lot of them. I do tend to keep my knives extremely sharp. There's a few automatics on the table. This one, this one, this one, and this one, along with the leak that I just put away. Let me put away the ones, how you doing, Cupcake? The ones that aren't automatic, I'll put them away, and then you can pick from the ones that are. I have like 2 fixed blades. So these right here are all automatic. You can pick from these ones which ones you were talking about. All the rest were not. I sell my knives every once in a while. I do have one going up for sale on eBay here pretty soon. It is this one right here. It's in great condition. Never used for anything as far as I know. It doesn't come with a box, but it has been cleaned. It's going for $40 plus shipping. I do not have the listing up yet. This cost me $20. This cost me $15. This was $20. This was $10, and this was $20. I sharpen my knives with a DMT Finestone. Fixed blades aren't really my thing. They're a little too large for me to carry on a regular basis, as I don't wear jeans. If I wore jeans, maybe I'd think about getting more fixed blades, but I don't wear jeans, so I don't wear a belt, so I don't have anything to carry them on. Now, all these prices are the prices that I buy things for. I buy them for these prices from pawn shops in my area. Not everybody's pawn shops will have the same thing. I do recommend going and looking because it never hurts to look. You never know what you're going to find. I also recommend that if you're thinking about buying a knife from a pawn shop, look it up first. And I don't care if you have to look it up in front of the person, look it up before you buy it. I always do that. It was embarrassing the first couple times, but I got burned once because I didn't do that, and I spent like $10 on something that was like 4 brand new. And that's when I decided I'm not doing this again. So I do recommend that you look things up before you buy them so you don't get burned like I did. Yes, I do. I'm putting them all away. Is there any specific one that you're wanting to ask about, or? 'Cause I'd be more than happy to answer any questions about any of the knives I have. Um, I have one thing I'd consider a survival knife, I guess. I'll go grab that real quick. Okay. This is a Rat 5. It is my only knife that I'd consider a survival knife. I believe this one's in 1095. It's the largest knife that I own, that I'd consider a knife and not a machete anyway. Very comfortable scales. They are made of micarta. Really soft micarta too. Really happy with this thing. I do not own any Balisongs. Yeah, I think this one is in 1095. And I've beat the tar out of this thing, and it doesn't care. Highly recommend Rat 5s or any of the Rat series from Ontario Knife Company. They are great choices. Do I have any more with that lock? I do not. Somebody earlier asked me about my wave, or about Leatherman. So I went up and got my wave too. Great choice for the average person. They are a little pricey, sitting at about $130. I do recommend it though. It's a great knife, great multi-tool. My dad's carried one for quite a while. Since I was a kid, He had a Wave, broke something on it, sent it in. They sent him the Wave Plus instead. And then we went and got him a Wave Plus with a custom finish on it for Father's Day or Christmas or something. I think it was Christmas. Those things are spendy though. Speaking of spendy, we'll start pulling out the expensive stuff. Expensive stuff always seems to bring people in. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Give me a second, I'll look it up though. Gotta find my other phone first. We'll see if I can find it. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't own one of those. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I don't really care. Doesn't change anything. These things are pretty spendy though. I think these go for like $240 on their website. They go for like $160 everywhere else, and I got it for $100. I do kind of regret it. I can't get rid of it. Nobody seems to want a half serrated one. I don't really do fixed blades. Fixed blades aren't my thing, personally. The only fixed blade I have is that one Rat 5 that I already showed off. I do kind of wish I had a bigger mat. But again, everybody seems to like the expensive knives, so we'll bring them out. I do not have any butterfly knives. I'm scared of getting myself pretty good with one of those things. I do not have any Italian hook knives either. So all of these knives, brand new, go for over $100. Yeah, all those knives go for over $100 each. I think that's all the most expensive ones that I've got. Now that doesn't mean that you need to spend a ton of money. My dad has a sharp finger. I don't. Now, I will share the most bang for your buck knives that you can get here in a sec, where you don't need to spend a whole lot of money to get something super nice. No clue what special style means. You're going to have to clarify on that one. We'll go ahead and put all these things away and show you all the best knives that you can get. Okay. I've got a lot of traditionals. I don't know if any of them are Uncle Henry's. I don't remember that. Got a couple old timers though. This one. Great knife. If you can find one of these in carbon steel like this one, it'll treat you quite well. Highly recommend these. The modern ones are a little bit disappointing with the steel that they use, but this one right here, right back to basics, the way that they should be. Beautiful. Love this thing. Now for the best bang for your buck knives, we're going to start with the SOG Terminus, the QSP Penguin, the Ozark Trail D2 blah 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 knife, and the Icon D2 knife. Now the reason why these are the best bang for your buck knives that you can get is the price compared to the steel and locks that you're getting. This one right here is 56 brand new. You can get them in red or green. D2 steel with a great edge from factory. Probably the best edge I've ever seen from factory. Nice deep carry pocket clip. Just overall a super comfortable knife with a clip point blade shape. Jimping that actually catches your thumb. And a crossbar lock. What they call their XR lock. All for 56 bucks. I'm not trying to sell you on any of these, by the way. These are just the knives that I recommend for the price. We'll sit that one right here. The QSP Penguin, this one brand new is $39 on Blade HQ. Let's see, a 3-inch sheep's foot blade made of D2 with thumb studs on both sides, liner lock, and carbon fiber scales with a deep carry pocket clip that can be reversed to the other side as well. This thing, again, 39 bucks on Blade HQ. Great bang for your buck knife. All of these bang for your buck knives are going to be D2. It's hard to beat the edge retention you get with D2. This one is the Ozark Trail 7.5-inch drop point knife or whatever. It's D2. Well, they call it D2. It's not D2, but it's a cousin of D2. Great edge retention. Sitting at 8 hours of continuous, not continuous, but of cutting cardboard instead of the regular about 4 hours that D2 normally does. Tip up pocket clip on one side. Wish they would have changed that, but oh well. Crossbar lock locks up quite solid. The only downside to these are QC problems, quality control problems that have shown up over the last few months or over the last month or so. Mine has one of them. It's not that bad though, but a couple of them have had catastrophic failures that make these things worthless. On the right side, Walmart's return policy is great, so you can just return it because it's broken and then go get a new one if you can find them. On eBay right now, they're going for about 30. Please don't resell them. It's kind of mean. This is the Icon drop point. It is also in D2 with ceramic ball bearings, carbon fiber inlays on G10 scales. This is a copy of the Beg Knives Glimpse. It is somewhere stuck between the mini Glimpse and the full-size Glimpse, sitting at a 3-inch usable blade length almost. Very, very comfortable knife. Decent edge retention as far as I've seen. The best part about this knife and the reason why I recommend it is because of the lifetime warranty on this thing. If you bought one, please don't do this though. If you bought one, brought it outside, ran it over with the truck and broke the blade, brought it back in and they'll replace it if they have one in stock. Great, great knife. I doubt that Beg will do that though. So that's why I recommend it. Great knife. All of these are great knives for under $100. Now, just to clarify, this one is 56. This one's 39, 10, and 40. Now for my knife of the year for under $100. It is the Bestech Good Boy D2 blade steel 3.5-inch blade. Nice and smooth button lock. Crowned spine with strong jimping that catches your thumb quite well, but doesn't hurt. I'm going to call this luxury on a budget because this is just such a smooth knife. I got this one for free by spending $175 on Blade HQ all at once. So every once in a while they'll do that where they'll let you buy a knife, or they'll throw in a free knife when you buy however much. Every once in a while I will recommend taking advantage of those because you can get some pretty good knives for nothing. This is a limited run. They didn't make very many in this color because it was specifically for that free giveaway deal. But this right here is the knife of the year for me. The next in line is going to be this one. This is the knife of the year for $10. The knife of the year for $10 used to always be this one. It has been beat out by this one now. Both are great knives, but if you can get a hold of this one, I'd get it. $10 at Walmart versus $10 at Harbor Freight. You just get better materials with this one, specifically the blade steel. If they could get G10 instead of the plastic scales, I'd like it even more. All right, people, what should we talk about next? I'm getting bored. I mean, that's kind of why I started the stream, but All right. I do like the Speed Safe. It's, I think it's the first spring assisted knife that wasn't considered a um, it wasn't considered a switchblade. I do have quite a few of them. It is easy to clean, and if you'd like me to show you how to clean that, I can. I don't know if you'd consider this a switchblade, but I do have this one. It's a push button automatic. I don't have any actual switchblades from back in the day. But yeah, if you guys would be interested in me taking apart a leek and showing you how to clean it, I can do that right here on stream. I just need to find where I put my... There we go. Well, let's go ahead and start a poll. We'll see how that goes. Cool. So all of these are traditionals. A few of them, or a couple of these are cases. A couple are old timers. This is the case small trapper in carbon vanadium steel and yellow synthetic. This one is already spoken for. I will be selling it to another YouTube channel for 25 bucks. I think after shipping it's 25. It's ridiculously good price. These things go for like 60 bucks brand new. This one is not being sold. It is a Kershaw large trapper, or a case large trapper in 420 HC. Great knife, but less edge retention than this one. This is a, who makes this Barlow? An Imperial Barlow in carbon steel. I need to clean this one. Needs quite a bit of help. Might have to rescale it at some point because these scales kind of suck. But yeah, it exists, I guess. I wouldn't call it a great knife, but it is there. This is a old-timer medium trapper. We'll go ahead and stick these three in a line and show you guys the difference in size when it comes to small, medium, and large trappers. So there's the difference in size. Once that poll hits five votes, we'll go ahead and do it. Big difference in size between the large and the small. The medium and the large are pretty similar in size, but there is a difference between the two. Blade length wise, let's see here. 3 inches of usable blade length. 3 inches, 2 3/4, and then 2.5 inches of usable blade length right here. I guess we are doing it sooner than I expected. Okay. Go ahead and end the poll. Put all these away after I talk about the last ones. Because it kind of seems like people actually wanted to see these. Oh, I guess it's a 50-50 now. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. This is a electrician's knife made by Camillus back in the 50s. It has a non-locking not sheep's foot. I'd almost consider that a spear point, but it's a drop point. And then this right here is a locking screwdriver. And not very many of these knives came with locking screwdrivers. I mean, the electrician's knives did, but this one's just really interesting. It's my only knife with a locking screwdriver. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the leek. Now we're going to clean a leek that's for sale. Nope. Yes, it is sharp. I don't know why they did that, but they did. I don't recommend using a knife for self-defense. I recommend using pepper spray or something with range, because you really don't want to get into a knife fight. It is significantly more dangerous. If you can, just try and get away. That's what the pepper spray is for. Yeah, I don't know why they made that sharp. That's not the brightest idea I've ever seen, but yep. Now, these are extremely easy to take apart. I've probably done it like 10 times now. To take these things apart, you want to have the knife open. If it is closed, then it will not work out for you. Go ahead and grab my tweezers, because those things are kind of necessary for this. I do recommend having a set of tweezers to do this. It makes things a lot easier. And I mean a lot easier. Let me double check something real quick. Okay, I got about 30 minutes until the stream is needing to be done. The cleaning will be done quicker than that. Go ahead and move this out of the way. Take the blade off. Take this off. We will grab a napkin for that. Any napkin will do. Oh yeah, no, this is one of the easiest knives I've ever taken apart. Putting it together is slightly harder, but taking it apart super easy. This one is for sale on eBay, or will be for sale on eBay. I do not. I've never seen that one. Old Henry knives have gone downhill in quality. The new blade steels that they use are about 20 years behind where they should be. Back when they came out with I think they used 7CR steel. They don't use carbon steel anymore. But 7CR back in the day was like the best steel you could get. And now it's like the worst steel you can get. Not the worst, but it's not great. Now, when you're taking these apart and cleaning them, I highly recommend buying a thing of automotive grease. That's what I use for mine. So, let's see. It's something for me to spend money on and collect without feeling too bad about it. They're a little pricey sometimes. So all these are cleaned. Let's see here. I like knives because I do. They're sharp things and they're shiny, and I mean that's kind of how autistic people are, is they find something shiny, they like it, and then they start collecting it, and there you go. That's where it all starts. A knife handle made of resin. I don't know about sustainability. Sustainability isn't something I focus on. I'm sure wood is significantly more sustainable than any synthetic items. And so here's automotive grease. This is what I use. I do that, and then I stick the spring in here. M4 I've yet to get my hands on. And I know that it has great edge retention, and I really love how the patina looks on that stuff. But I haven't found a knife in M4 that's at a decent price. Maybe one of these days, but I just haven't yet. Now, I'm going to go ahead and leave this pocket clip on here because it holds this in place, just makes things easier. Next, we will get mineral oil. Mineral oil is extremely cheap. It is food safe. I recommend it for coating non-stainless blades, as well as lubrication on knives like this. Now, after that, we will put this on right here. There we go. Next, we will stick the blade back on. Right there. Put a little bit more oil right here. And then try and get a little bit in the pivot there, because it is metal on metal in the pivot. Stick that on there. I think I forgot to put oil on top of that. Yep, that's easy. A couple of drops goes a long way. I over oil all my knives. I do it because I feel like it, so you don't have to do as much as I'm doing. I clean my knives like every month. Most of them, like a lot of them just sit there, but a few of them get cleaned like once a month. Most of them are stainless as well, so do with that info what you will. The few that I have that are carbon steel, I have one that's 1095, and it's here in this little tube right here, and I'll show this off in a little bit. But the amount of maintenance that that thing takes, from me, in my opinion, is a lot. Now we're going to go ahead and flip this over right here. Put this back like this. Now, putting this back together isn't the most fun thing, and I recommend taking all the screws out. There we go. Okay, so this side right here of the spring goes into this long hole. Gonna do that and hold it there. And I'll show you guys how I maintain my non-stainless knives as well. It's a small stream. There's not very many people here, so it's pretty easy to respond. I hate it when I join a stream and the creator that I'm watching doesn't respond to the people that are watching them, it's the only reason that those streamers have attention is because of the people that are watching. And I understand if you're playing a video game or something, that makes a little bit more sense why you wouldn't talk to the viewers as much. But when you're doing something like this, where you have the screen with all the comments right in front of your face, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to respond to the people that are watching you. And how are you doing, Ziggy? Let's go ahead and put this right back in its place. Stick this screw in. It'll get in there eventually, or not. All right, first of all, give me a price range before I start guessing, because I'm going to guess something absolutely insane and you're going to be like, nope. There we go. That backspacer was in the wrong spot. Again, it's a little harder to put this thing together. Just over $100. Let's see. Who makes it? Because the one that I've got in my head right now is something from the Kershaw launch series. Concept. Damn, I don't know a whole lot about their stuff. Is it the Convict or something like that? I don't know why you'd bring a knife to any fight. It's a really terrible idea. Again, I'd highly recommend pepper spray over knives in any fight. Those mini Corvids are expensive. Like, I've looked into those a little bit, and I wanted one, but they're just so spendy. There we go. And that's how you put this thing back together. It's a great knife. This one is for sale for, I think, 40 plus shipping. I will stick this one on eBay as well. It is first come, first serve. And only shipping in the lower 48 because I can't afford international shipping and I really don't want to do customs forms. But yeah, great knife, half serrated. These serrations are ridiculously sharp. The rest of the edge, I believe I sharpened myself. Nope. I can do that now though. Now where were we going? I said I was going to do something else too. Oh. The maintenance on non-stainless knives. So what I do to keep them, so this is a non-stainless knife. There's no chromium in this. So this thing is 1095 steel. And every time you touch it, you put a little bit of oil on this thing and it turns colors. Honestly, I don't think it matters if they're stolen after they're already stolen. If you feel bad for the original owner, I mean, feel bad for the original owner, but what can you do? You know, it's already stolen, and the chances of you finding the original owner are slim to none. Oh, you're looking for a okay. You're looking for one of those. Well, I mean, you already bought it, so not much sense in telling you about it. So this, every time that you wipe it, every time that you touch it, stick your fingers on it, it leaves a little bit of the oil from your hands on it, and slowly these change colors over time. And I'm selling this one, and whenever I sell something like this, I prefer to sell it with the original color that I got it with. And the original color on this thing is this color, where it's a satin, a beautiful plain satin. These things brand new go for about 40 or 40 to 60 bucks. Um, the problem with that is they only make like 300 of each of them. So when you stick them on eBay, they go for like 200. Now, what I do is I get a little bit of mineral oil and I rub it on this thing to take care of any of those things that I've touched. I typically clean it off first, but this one was already cleaned. And then a little bit down the back space right here. This does not lock, no, but it has the strongest back spring I've ever owned, which is why I'm getting rid of it. Then you wipe it off. You wipe off all the excess oil that you just stuck on there. Honestly, I wouldn't go for the Corvid. I would go for the Sheepdog. Because I just like the Sheepdog. So yeah, that's clean. It has a little thin layer of oil on it now to protect it. And then you close it without touching the blade. And that's how you keep these things in good condition. Inside here, I have a desiccant packet to keep it dry. Well, not going to show that off, but it is in there. And I drop it back in. Then I put this on. And I don't touch it. How you doing, Gabe? Let's see here. It is a really nice knife. They're spendy, though. I got it from Pawn Shop for 40. That thing probably goes for like 200 on eBay. What they did is they looked up brand new price because they weren't any on eBay because nobody wants to sell them. I don't know if they make a stonewash finish for the. I do like stonewash finish though. Ooh, I'm getting a new knife. So a while back I bought a Gerber Covert Auto, and it was broken. And I sent it in to have them try and fix it, and they said that they couldn't fix it, so they gave me $150 to spend on Gerber's website. So I just ordered the Sigillo from Gerber in black scales with a black blade. Everything's blacked out. Yeah, so this is a cutting board from the dollar store. It's like super cheap. Well, good afternoon from America, and have a good night. We'll see you later. These things are super cheap for this small. They make them in larger ones. I don't know where you get the larger ones though. But this thing was $1 from my dollar store, so I got it. I just noticed that every other knife guy has one, and I figured it wouldn't hurt. Good afternoon from America. Um, I like gold. Gold is my favorite color. Is there something specific about the gold that you don't like? Because in my opinion, I'd be keeping it the way it is. I hate time zones. Time zones is literally one of my least favorite parts of the world in general because I'll be sitting here trying to talk to one of my friends that's like 13 hours ahead, and we get like 2 hours a day to talk to each other, and that's it. It sucks. It's interesting, and the internet's a weird place, but it sucks when you want to talk to a friend that's 13 hours ahead and you get like an hour or two every day to talk to them, and that's it. There we go. That's about as clean as I'm going to get this knife. It is for sale, $40 plus shipping. Yeah. Only in the US because, again, I don't want to pay or I don't want to do customs forms. So, yeah. Um, let's see. What were we talking about? Yeah, I really like the color gold. It's, again, my favorite color. I I'd just leave it the way it is. It's a little bit of brightness to a dark knife that really looks nice to me. I don't know, like this one, all this black that came off that turned it to silver just looks great. The blade's trashed, but the handle looks great and it's super comfortable. Um, let's see here. Yeah, that's one that I had on my wish list. It's just too expensive for me for what you're getting. It's really small. 1.5 inch blade is just not what I'm after. My sweet spot on knife length is 2.5 to 3.5 inch blade, which explains why there's a few of these knives that I own that I love a lot, like this one. My favorite knife under $50. Are you gonna say favorite, or do you mean the knife that I recommend the most under 50? Because my favorite's completely different. Yeah, but the larger they get, the more expensive they get too, and it kind of just sucks seeing that happen. Both my favorite. Let's see here. Give me a second. That's a loaded question. I gotta figure out which one I'm thinking of because I've got a ton of them over here. Um, can you spend like 53? Because I know it's not 50, but that extra $3 gets you one of the best knives of the year. So this is my most recommended knife this year. Is the Best Tech Good Boy. It's $53. You can get it in white with a black DLC coated blade for $53. D2 steel, G10 scales, solid button lock, crowned spine, and jimping that is really, really nice. Well, the Corvid Minis have S35 VN steel instead of whatever they use on the other ones. Ha, funny. That's funny. Now it's a diamond light carbon coating. Now my favorite knife under $50. I don't have a whole lot. Oh, I do. Perfect knife. I do have the perfect knife. Kept on forgetting this. I keep forgetting I own this thing, but I love it so much. So this is the QSP Penguin. It is $39 for D2 steel and carbon fiber scales, liner lock, sheep's foot blade that is 3 inches, a 3-inch blade. Highly recommend this thing. These two are the knives in that price range that I'd recommend the most. Now this one, you can get it for less. Yeah, but why would I get a mini Corvid in 154 cm for $60 when I could get a Sheepdog XL in 154 cm for $69? That extra $9 gets me what? An extra inch? No. The XL's like a 4-inch blade. That thing's huge. Yeah, but if I'm gonna get anything for that price, I'm getting a Sheepdog XL. They do really good on their 154 cm heat treats. I'm extremely impressed with how well they've done. Now let's see here. No, these are the only, other than this thing, I guess. This thing's $10. I still recommend these two over this one. Yeah, I don't know if the new house left or not. That sucks. Oh well. God. I'll be right back. I need to take something. Well, who said that they're not for hard work? This one right here was built for hard work. Totally. The most tactical knife I own is probably this one. And I never carry it or anything, but I do have it. It's a Schrade Viper 3 in 4034 stainless. These things suck. The mini Corvid's like 1.5 inches. This one right here, I'll show it again, is 2 inches. Also, the mini Corvid is $100 and this one's $200, so do with that info what you will. 2-inch blade, M390 instead of S35 VN, and I got it for $65. And it is a kind of cool looking knife. I just never use it or anything. It's not very user friendly. Now let's see, somebody brought up, I really want one of these in S35. I want one in 20 CV. I really do. Titanium in 20 CV. This thing would be a dream. I love titanium and I love M390. And 20 CV is basically M390. But yeah, I highly recommend for under $50 this one right here. The QSP Penguin is probably knife of the year for under 50. This is my list of knives of the year. Best knife for 10, best knife for under 50, best knife for under 100, the best knife for 200, no, best knife for between 100 and 200, and the best knife for 200 plus. But yeah, highly recommend this one. I'd pick that over probably the rest of them for the price. Great deal. If you're gonna cut food, I'd probably go for something like, again, like this, or this. I used this to cut a sandwich in half and it worked perfectly fine. But yeah, I agree. You need a little bit of blade length to do that, and this one's 3.5 inches. I don't find that fixed blades are comfortable because I don't wear jeans, and you kind of need a belt to carry most of them. I did, however, enjoy carrying the, what's it called? Mora. The Mora Basic 511 is one of my favorite knives for the price. $10. That's hard to beat. You still beat it with this one over here, but for a reliable survival type knife, you can't beat that for $10. For a regular EDC knife, this is hard to beat for $10. Okay, so Civivi's Damascus uses 10CR and 9CR blade steel, and I haven't tested it myself for edge retention. It seems all right. I have. Let me show you what I do have from them. This is the Civivi Imperium. I mean, I guess if you consider $120 cheap, okay. This is the Civivi Imperium with, I don't know what you call this, Damascus, but it's a Damascus pattern. This one was 53 or something. It's a comfortable knife, but it's been discontinued. You really have to break in the front flipper to make it work right. It's a good looking knife though. Now, I haven't had any trouble with this one, with the edge retention or anything, but I don't really use it often. Anything over 50 to me is not cheap. And my budget is sitting at about 20 regularly. I don't buy anything for more than 20 on a regular basis. Like this one, brand new, is like 120 to 130. This one is a factory second, so it had a blemish or something and they didn't like it. So these things go for about 90, and I got it for $20. So do with that what you will. I got this for 10. That's how much they cost brand new. This goes for 39 brand new. I got it for 13. These ones go for 120. I got it for 30. Like most of my knives I get for ridiculously good prices. I mean, my name is Rich, if that makes you feel better, I guess. I don't make a whole lot of money. I got this one for free. I get all mine from pawn shops. I'm really picky. So the ones that I do get are... It is basically a bug out for $10. That's hard to argue. Yeah, I get them all from pawn shops. Or a couple of them I've gotten from thrift stores. Thrift stores don't really carry them very much. I'm broke. I probably got like $5. I make 9,200 every year. So like I'm broker than most people. So do with that info what you will. I don't really care. You can ask questions all you want. If I feel like answering them, I'll answer them. If I don't feel like it, then I won't answer them. $9,200 a year. 9,200. I'm broke. Broke. Like I can afford rent, food, and almost one knife a week. I have a few case knives. I showed off a few of them earlier. I can show them off again, though. I don't mind. Yeah, if I had made 1900 a year, I couldn't even afford to live here. And I'm still living with my parents. So the fact that I can afford anything is strictly because of that. I will be getting a new job here pretty soon. I've been looking into it. Um, the gas money is the same money that I use to buy knives. So it's really, what do I want more? Do I want to be able to drive, or do I want to be able to buy stuff? So I got to pick which one's more important. Like, I recently started making less. I used to make 10.4 every year, and now I'm making 9.2. I hope it will, but I gotta learn how to pay taxes on the channel too. I've got 500 something subscribers. I had like 512 last time I checked, and all these streams typically get me like 10. So I'd be happy if by the end of the stream I had 522. Oh, I'm looking into a better job than I have. Anyway. Nope. Couldn't do that. Sweet. 519 is good. My last stream got me like 44. It was ridiculous. I was like just short of 500 subs that one. Oh, case knives. I was going to show off case knives. Sure. We'll get all those out. Let me put all these away real quick. Let's see here. Oh, whoops. There are case knives in here. I have 2 rifles and 2 airsoft guns. I need to sell some airsoft guns. Nothing in there. Here. Okay. So this is all my case knives right here. So this one's from the 60s. This one's 2023. I don't remember when these ones are from, and this one's from the 30s. Knives tier list is coming up soon. Should be coming up by the end of the year. Yeah, this one was made in the 1930s. It's a great knife. Dang, all this shiny crap is really messing with the camera. Doesn't help that it just got brighter outside too. This is a case. I have 3 case large trappers. This one's in green bone with a chip on the handle right here. Feel bad for the person that owned this thing before me. But yeah, I got these 3 for 55 together. And each of these goes for, I think this one goes for like 120. This one goes for like 65, and this one goes for 70. So I got all 3 of these for 55. I got this one for 20. This one was 15. I'm selling it for 25. And this one was like 20. And almost every time that I bring this thing out, it corrupts a video file. So I'm going to put this thing away. Well, yeah, that's what it is. It's shiny. Look at, tell me this isn't shiny. Like, of course it's shiny crap. This one's not shiny though. The edge is, but yeah, I'm selling this one to another YouTuber. My full collection, I figured that out, totals at about $5,000 right now. And that's not how much I've spent. I've probably spent around 3. But total worth of my collection is about 5,000. And it's ridiculous because, like, I'm going to stick all my most expensive knives on the table, and it's probably going to be like $2,000 right there in like 5 knives. Anything? Okay. Get the most expensive ones. If I could get another one of these, I'd love to have it. These things go for around $450. I'd love to have one, but I never use that thing. Let's see, when do I need to end the stream? Here pretty soon, in a few minutes I need to end the stream. So I'll go ahead and figure out how much everything on the table here is. And then I'll tell you how much I bought it all for. Yeah, this one's trashed. I got this one for free, brand new. They go for like 500. It's probably going to go for like 200 when I sell it. So this one is, they go for 100 now. I got it for 93 back when they cost 93. So let's see, 100, 340, 790, 890, 900, 910, or 91. Yeah, 910. 1010, 1030, 1140, 1340, 1400, 1500. So this right here is all 1500 total. I spent $27.50. I bought this for $187, so $210 or so. This one was free, so free. Still sitting at $210. $240 total, $260 total, $400 total. This one was $140. So I think we're at $340 or $400, $500. This one was $100. Free $600. So $1,500 worth of knives for $600. So not bad. And yeah, that will probably be kept. Hogue treats you so well. If you need a new pocket clip, they treat you so well. It was amazing. They sent this thing out within like 5 days. It was great. This knife is great. I need to carry it more. I need to do a full week review on it. I just wish it wasn't serrated. But what do you do? There's another one of those for sale. I'm selling it for $120. Or no, $140. It's at a pawn shop, but the pawn shop's letting me sell it for them. And no clue what you mean by I got taken. I didn't spend full price on any of these. Nobody takes me to the cleaners, let's put it that way. This thing's comfortable too. I need to carry it. If I had a reason for serrations, I'd love this thing so much more. But I never do anything that needs serrations, so oh well. Anyway, $1,500 worth of knives for $600. That's not bad. I don't think anybody would be telling me I'm wrong. Okay, so Wesson makes, I have to be honest, they are overpriced, like significantly overpriced. One of their knives is oh, that, I just realized that that's who you were. How you doing, broke ass knives? They may be underrated, but I don't have a use for serrations. Let's see. The Wesson Henry is like 100 something bucks, and you're only getting 14C. And 14C should be like 30 to 40. Now, if you'd like to buy a broken ZT, I'll sell it to you for 200 plus shipping. If it makes you, well, it's probably not going to make you feel any better. You're going to need a second one of these because it's got blade play. And I doubt anybody wants it for 200, but you get a free blade, or you get a blade with it. They don't make this blade anymore. So, woohoo. The reason why I'm selling it for so much is because ZT will give me, if it has a factory defect, $175 for it. And when they give you money to spend on their website, you need to buy things on their website for the MSRP price, and nothing on their website is less than $175. Like, even without doing their MSRP price, nothing is under $175. Yeah, I do kind of like some of their videos, but I don't know. After I looked at their pricing on things, no, they don't make these parts anymore. I ordered them. They sent me an email saying they don't make the parts for this thing anymore, so they can't help. They will, if I send it in and it has a factory defect, though, they'll give me $175. But again, nothing on their website is less than $175, so I can't buy anything with that money anyway. It's really not worth it. It sucks too. I wish I could get something like, I hate the 0022, but that's the cheapest knife that they have. The blade isn't the problem. It needs a spring, or it needs 2 springs and a new lock. This lock bar right here is all screwed up. No, it's like $200. It's ridiculous. If I was going to get a ZT, I'd get the 0350, but the 0350 is like 182. And the worst part about that 182 is that's their sale price that they have it on sale for all the time. And I still need to pay MSRP, and MSRP is over 200. I'm really getting screwed over with this thing. Even though I got it for free, I don't get anything out of it other than having my first ZT, and it kind of sucks. Really unfortunate stuff. I think the 350 is smaller, but the 350 is like one of my favorite knives that I've yet to own. And I kind of want to see if they'd like cut me a deal if I shout them out and stuff and make a few videos on it. But the problem is I'm going to make a few videos on it anyway, and big whoop. Not like they care. No, I do design knives. I don't make knives. I tried it. I sucked at it. And I don't like it. So the 350 is like a smaller version of this, but not titanium, and also not $450. This thing's a 4-inch blade. The thing's huge. Wow. 3.5? Thought this was bigger. It feels massive, but it's super comfortable. And it weighs nothing. But yeah, these are titanium scales. That's why it goes for so much. There's only 1,000 of these. It's the only knife that I have that's a limited run. Yeah, I don't like the small ones. I like small knives, but I don't like them that small. Like this one. I despise this thing. Just a reminder that I will need to leave very suddenly, because when my family comes home, they are loud, and it's going to completely interrupt the whole stream. So I will be leaving when they come home. But yeah, this thing sucks. This is the, I don't remember what this thing is. Yeah, the 350 is similar to this size, which is why I like it so much. Yeah, I really need to contact them and see if they'd be willing to trade or something. Well, here's the other thing. I can also spend that ZT money on the Kershaw website if I wanted to. But I really want the 350. I don't want a Kershaw again. Like, why would I want a Kershaw when I'm trading in a ZT? This is a live stream. I know, shocking, but it's a live stream with automatic knives, along with my least favorite knife and cheap knives and expensive knives. It's a live stream with knives. Lots of them. Well, that's the problem, is it's in-store credit. They won't give me cash. They will only give me in-store credit. So, like, I have ZT money, 2008 ZT money, because, or 2007. It was made back in 2007, I think. And let's see. Oh, June of 2008. So this one was made in 2008. 2008 money, $180 could get you this knife. It is a 3.5-inch blade. If there is, it's in, I think there is in Oregon. I don't live in Oregon though. I mean, I live in the state right next to it. I live in Idaho, but I'm not going to drive over to Oregon and spend all that money on gas just to get a knife. I wouldn't mind driving up to the Buck place. That's only like 300 miles from where I live. But 300 miles is a full tank of gas, so I get trash mileage. So I got this thing for free. The pawn shop that I go to all the time said that they had it sitting in inventory for months and they couldn't sell it because one of the idiots that works there took it apart. I wear medium-sized gloves and my fingers don't fit to the end of those gloves. How you doing, brand new American? How you doing there? So yes, I have small hands. My dad's hands are like the exact opposite. They are huge. So yeah, when you see all these 3.5-inch knives and my hands right next to them, like, my hands are pretty small. And not a whole lot is going on right now. Kind of just sitting here winding down. The stream's going to be ending here pretty soon, and it's going to end very randomly. Like, out of nowhere, I'm going to be like, oh, gotta go, and shut the stream off. Yeah, I can wear large. I mean, mediums fit extremely tight, but my fingers don't go to the ends of them. That's why I say I'm medium. I'm a large, but my fingers don't fit to the ends of either of them. So what do? I mean, kind of sucks when you can't get gloves that fit. Especially sucks when you're like the finger of the glove gets stuck on something. And I mean, it's just stuck. And you're kind of screwed, and yeah. So it's not missing parts, it has broken parts. And okay, so it does have one missing spring. It has a worn out button spring. The blade is worn out and the stop pin is broken, which is why when you shake it, makes that sound, because the blade moves. Well, it's not very cold where I'm from. Sometimes it gets to like -20, but that doesn't happen often. Woohoo! Fun noises. I hope I'm good. I'm on Wi-Fi. Okay. The last stream I did, I was on data the whole time, and it took up like 10 gigs of data. It was huge. Anyway, anybody else have any questions or anything? Any steel questions or... Yes, I have quite a few good knives. So the stop pin on this is built in. Like, this is yeah, I mean, here it's been like negative 25 for a week straight. I'm big whoop. I don't have it anywhere near as bad as North Dakota does. Every once in a while, they get like negative 40. I couldn't imagine doing that. But yeah, our weather here goes from between negative 25 up to 113. So yeah, the stop pin in this is part of the scales, and it is screwed up. So the holes, like the scales, need replaced. Everything on this needs replaced. There's nothing on it that, if it is fixed, will be factory. Or will be the same knife. Oh yeah, this thing goes for, well, brand new, they went for 175. I mean, this one's kind of a gas station knife, but it's good. Okay, there's a quality knife. There's a quality knife. There's a quality knife. There's a quality knife. I mean, these things go for like 120. You gonna laugh at this Kershaw too? I mean, laugh at it all you want. I don't own any Benchmates. They're overpriced. What's the most expensive knife you have, Kier? Yes, I did, and I ordered my knife. I got a Sedulo. It looks like a Benchmade Griptilian, but it isn't. Sadly, it doesn't have the thumb hole either, because I really like the Griptilians with the thumb holes, but it's got the, it's in S30V and all blacked out. It should be fun. I don't know if they'll give it to me, but they go for like 130, and the money I had was like 150, so it should be good. I really wanted that 06 auto, but they wouldn't even get back to me unless, like, they never texted me back or messaged me back. It sucked. I tried asking if I could throw an extra 60 bucks in there to get the knife I wanted. They wouldn't even respond. Oh, it's still broken half the time. I just happened to get it at the right time, and it decided to work for once. I had to continuously close and open the browser for it to start working. And I don't mind everybody thinking that these knives aren't quality. I don't need to defend the things that I own. I own them because I like them, and I don't care what other people think. I show them off because I enjoy it, and it's a hobby of mine. If you don't enjoy my hobby, you can swipe on to the next live. Don't feel bad about a broken tip. That happens every once in a while. I carry this thing. This is actually my favorite link, or not link, but my favorite, one of my leaks. And I like it more because it has the broken tip. It's easier to sharpen with a broken tip. It is so, like, it is like 3 times easier because you don't have to get all the way down up here to that point. So much easier. If you ever find a leak with a broken tip for like 20 bucks, go for it. Because you will like it more, as long as it's not a bent blade, than you will a brand new one. I promise you. The only downside of this one is that even if the lock wasn't broken, no, I kind of like it the way it is. It just makes it so much easier to sharpen, and I'd show you guys sharpening it, but it's already insanely sharp. Like, How you doing, Gons? Yeah. I do too. Honestly, I don't have any frost knives. I sold them all. Fun fact, these are edible. Um, you get them with Blade HQ packaging and they are edible. Not that everybody's going to eat them. But yeah, you stick them in your mouth and then they melt. So every time that you get a knife from Blade HQ, they send snacks with it. It's amazing. I have 140 something. But yeah, if you find one of these with broken tip, it's a good knife without the tip too. So don't feel bad about a broken tip on this. Okay, so let's be clear. I heard somewhere that they're made out of rice, and I decided, well, it's not going to hurt. And they just melt in your mouth like a rice cake. It's hilarious. I brought it up before. Apparently, nobody noticed that I said it. I've got 140 something knives. It's like 145 or something like that. I haven't counted since a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago or something. But it's an expensive hobby, dude. This stuff gets expensive. Like I was telling people earlier, my total, the total worth of my collection is like 5 grand. I probably spent. Okay, whoa! It's not sweet. It just melts in your mouth. It's not sweet, and it tastes kind of good when you bring a lighter to it and burn it a bit. Yeah, you burn it a bit, and then it's crunchy and a little bit sweet. I'm not saying that this is a good idea at all. This is just hilarious. Now let's see. Let's throw all this stuff away because I don't feel like eating it. But yeah, this one's a good knife. These guys treat you great when you have a problem. No, again, it's like regular popcorn. When you burn it, it's like regular popcorn. That's what it tastes like. They might be corn based. I gotta check if my family's home real quick. We are good to continue, and I just realized that I didn't plug in my phone for the entire stream. That sucks. Oh boy, this is gonna suck. No, it's not plastic, I swear. It doesn't smell like plastic when you burn it. Anyway, let's continue on with the stream. Dang, I expected the stream to last or to end like an hour ago. It's always nice when you never have a plan for the stream. I've heard about fox knives. Fox knives are based in Italy. They make really nice stuff. I recommend MKM, Fox, and yeah, something like that. But yeah, I've never heard of Black Fox. I have heard of fox knives, though. Lion Steel. That's what the other Italian knife company I recommend is. They make really cool stuff. I am running out of ideas. I'm really good at that. Oh, the giveaway is happening soon. I don't think I haven't played Far Cry 4. I haven't played any of those ones. So yeah, the giveaway is happening soon. This one's getting given away. I think I'm gonna do that in a couple weeks. I will post the video on the giveaway soon. The problem is I can't afford shipping right now. It is only for US based people in the lower 48. I can't afford to ship out of country. I do not have any butterfly knives, no. But yeah, this one will be given away in a couple weeks, and then we'll go on to the next goal and give another one away. It's a great knife. And surprisingly, I didn't know this, or I didn't remember it. I went back and watched the old video on this thing. It's D2. It's not 7CR like Gerber normally does. This thing's D2. So it might be better than I think it is. Looks like the family's home. It'll be on my video coming out here pretty soon in like the next week or two. It'll tell you how to enter. I'm going to do the same type of giveaway that what's his name does. Agreed. Anyway, guys, I am going to head out. It's been a 2-hour stream. I enjoyed it. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Hey, Brown Sugar. We are ending the stream right now because my family just got home and they're too loud and will be interrupting the stream. So, sorry about that. We'll see you guys later and have a great rest of your day.